Imagine this. You walk into a grand ballroom filled with whispers, glances, and quiet judgments. The air is thick with expectation, the kind that clings to you when you know you are being watched. Now, imagine standing in the center of it all, knowing that no matter how poised you remain, someone, somewhere, is waiting for you to stumble. This is a story about resilience, about standing tall when the world wants to see you fall. And at the heart of it is a woman whose silence spoke louder than any insult thrown her way. Tonight, we unveil a story of quiet strength, of a woman who faced ridicule not with anger, not with retaliation, but with grace so powerful it silenced even the harshest critics. This is the untold story of Melania Trump, and the day she showed the world that true power doesn't come from fighting fire with fire, it comes from rising above. It was a winter evening in New York City. Snowflakes danced through the chilled air, landing softly on the marble steps of an exclusive gala event. Inside, beneath a chandelier dripping in crystals, the elite of society mingled. Cameras flashed, reporters whispered, and all eyes were on one woman, Melania Trump. She entered the room in an ivory silk gown, her posture flawless, her steps measured. But behind the elegance, behind the practiced grace, was something more, a quiet awareness. She knew what was coming. The looks, the side remarks, the thinly veiled jabs that pretended to be casual conversation. This wasn't the first time. It wouldn't be the last. But tonight, something different was about to unfold. A voice, sharp and cutting, sliced through the warm hum of conversation. Well, isn't this a surprise? A woman of such remarkable silence in a room full of thinkers. The words dripped with condescension, wrapped in the kind of smile that dared her to react. The room seemed to still. Eyes darted between them, waiting, eager for a response, for a misstep. But Melania didn't flinch. She didn't shrink. Instead, she tilted her head slightly, as if studying a piece of art, a hint of curiosity flickering in her gaze. Then she smiled. It wasn't a smirk. It wasn't forced. It was soft, knowing, an expression of someone who had already won a battle no one else could see. "Ah," she said, her voice gentle, unwavering. "Silence is not the absence of thought. It is the presence of wisdom." The room exhaled. A few chuckles, a murmur of appreciation. But more than that, a shift. The weight of the moment settled in. The power of grace, of not giving the world the reaction it demands, had turned the insult into nothing more than empty words. And just like that, the storm had passed. The evening continued, but the words lingered, not for Melania, but for those who had expected something different. She moved through the night with the same quiet confidence, speaking when she chose, listening when she wanted. She was untouchable, not because she fought back, but because she didn't need to. Later that night, as she stepped into the back seat of her car, the city lights reflecting in the glass, she exhaled. She had learned long ago that power wasn't in proving yourself to those who didn't matter. It was in knowing who you were, in refusing to be pulled into battles unworthy of your time. And as the car drove away, leaving behind the echoes of a night that could have played out so differently, Melania Trump smiled to herself. Because true strength is not in the loudest voice in the room. It's in the one that doesn't need to be heard to be felt. And so, dear listener, remember this. When the world throws stones, don't throw them back. Build something greater. When they whisper, let your silence be deafening. Because in the end, the most powerful response to cruelty, to ignorance, to pettiness is grace. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this story. If this resonated with you, if you believe in the quiet power of dignity, share this video, and as always, subscribe for more stories that remind us of the strength that lies in kindness, in wisdom, and in rising above. Until next time, stay inspired.